Do you need to spend copious amounts of money to get the perfect background in your teaching environment? Do you need to, buy some different clothes? Do you need to do this or that? I know if you are new to online teaching, there's a lot of these questions that have been on your mind and whether you should move forward with it. So I hope that I can share that and give you some insight on maybe even saving some money and making a successful teaching space. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Teaching Online with Kelsey. My name is Kelsey and I have this channel to vlog about my life as a full-time online teacher and to help serve online teachers just like you. So please make sure it is not the last time that you see me by hitting that red subscription button and the bell down below to be notified of new videos every week. And to also give this video a thumbs up. It helps support me and this channel. And if you have any questions or further suggestions for videos to do in the future, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd be happy to do some future videos for you to help serve you and to help you out as well. So this is for my new online teachers. So whether that be with ALLSCHOOL, so if you are going for ALLSCHOOL and you're like, I'm not sure if I want to join, make sure you download my free guide in my description box. And then if you're like, yeah, I can do this, the sign up for ALLSCHOOL is also in my description box. And so that support from you is super, super helpful for me so that I can continue to serve you as well. So, but let's say ALLSCHOOL, you want to try out ALLSCHOOL instead. That's okay. Sign up for that is there as well, or maybe another online teaching platform. But you realize that, when you're trying to apply for online platforms that you have to have a certain background, you have to have a certain look, you got to have certain lighting, and maybe it's not quite in your budget to have an elaborate teaching space or background, and you're thinking, do I have to spend all this money to get this shiplap background like I have? Do you have to buy a really, really big ring light? Do you have to get this and that and this and that? So what I'm going to be sharing in my video is tips to help you figure out how to save as much money as possible starting out. Because I'm here to tell you now that this that I have in my background and the lighting that I use, I definitely did not have any of this when I had first started online teaching with VIP Kid. I could not tell you how much money I actually ended up spending creating like my first teaching space with VIP Kid. So consider this as a lesson in that you want to try to save as much money as possible when you're first starting out. And then if you continue with online teaching, eventually, you'll want to change some things up and add some different things. Like maybe you do want a shiplap background, or maybe you do want to invest in a desk, or, or a different kind of computer or webcam, whatever the situation is. So we're going to go ahead and dig into my biggest tips for starting out as an online teacher. Number one is your background. Now, the free option for your teaching space or your teaching background is that you have a clean wall. It could be white or it could be a different color, as long as it's a space in your home that is quiet and it's not going to be as distracting, or there's not going to be people walking past by or anything. You could even teach by a window if most of the classes that you're wanting to teach is during the day, or you could teach where there might be a bookshelf in the background. Like, you don't have to have like all these busy posters and busy whiteboards and stickers and names and all over. Like, I'm just thinking VIP Kid, because VIP Kid was just a little obnoxious in terms of like having a playful background, and that's just not my spiel, as you can see with my nice background that I use. And I did create this map, this Montessori continents map here, and then I have just a couple of other things that are there, but it's not as like, whoa, busy, exciting. So as long as it's clean and it's nice and it just looks presentable, like, that is your free option. Now, if you are willing to spend a little bit of money, you could get a simple map poster if you want, or if you already have some shelving, you know, you could get some plants or some pictures or maybe some credentials, you know, in a nice frame, so that your learners and the learners' parents can see your credentials. Although I feel like that's not really necessary, but you just never know. I couldn't tell you how many parents still think I'm not a real Montessori teacher, and
it's right there. That's my credential.
Okay. Anyways, number 2 is lighting. Now, I am a really big stickler on ring lights, because from my experience with VIP Kid, I didn't get a ring light at first. I went to Walmart and got like those little bendable 5 lamps, because I didn't want to buy a ring light at the time, because I thought, no, this is fine. This will work. And like, VIP Kid would always constantly be sending me emails and being like, you need to fix your lighting. You're casting shadows. And I'm just like, you know, like, why is the lighting not good enough? And it's because ring lights really do the job, and you don't want to cast shadows. Now, if you're just like, I don't know about a ring light, what I wish I could tell my past self when I was teaching VIP Kid was, try to teach in a well-lit area. But that's kind of a joke with VIP Kid, because I'm teaching when it's like still dark outside with VIP Kid. But it's helpful if you are teaching during the day. If you have daytime classes and your teaching space is near a window and it's well lit, then teach over there. If that is your space and it's clean and you got a window that's going to help you not cast any shadows on the camera, that's what's going to be really helpful to like help you see, like, the learners see you and what you have to offer on in your lessons. Now, of course, the downside for doing just natural lighting through your window is maybe you live in an area and it rains. And so then it looks dark and gloomy outside. So then you're like,
Yikes.
Anyways, so this is why I'm like a huge stickler to getting a ring light. And this ring light, it could be like one of the clip-on portable ring lights that are about $10 at Target. Or you could also at Target, it's by Heyday, they have like a little bit of a bigger ring light with like a phone, like an iPhone or Android attachment. If you're like doing your TikToks, I can't dance. But anyways, so there's a phone attachment to it if for some reason you have to teach on your phone. That's for emergencies. I may do a future video on that. But you got that nice ring light. It's about $30, but it's still going. It's really great. You just plug it up to your computer and it's reliable that way. And of course, on Amazon, they do have way bigger ring lights that are about $150, $200. And it's what the pros use. So again, it's your budget, your choice. I just suggest getting a ring light, even if it's just the little clip-on ring light to put on your laptop or computer. That's like $10, $15. So get a ring light. You'll thank me later. Number 3 is your desk. Now, you could simply just use your kitchen table if your kitchen table or your living room table has a nice clean background and a nice window to let the light in, the natural light in for teaching. Or if you have just an old desk laying around, you could do that. And that's the free option to teach on. Or you can invest in a nicer, bigger desk that's just for your teaching space. And my desk that I use, it cost about $80, and it's really spacious. I'm able to put all of my materials that I need for class, and then my husband's computer stuff is on there. He built his computer, so we're able to like do both things on there. And of course, I'm also going to pause for a moment, because if you are wanting to be like a full-time online teacher as your job and you're going to be filing as an independent contractor, any of these supplies that you buy are all going to be tax deductible. Just keep that in mind. Okay? So trying to help you save some money there too. So number 4 is a computer and a computer stand. So I'm going to do both. So you can use a laptop. That is fine. I have a MacBook that I use, and I've always used for online teaching. With your laptop though, if you leave it on the table, it's going to leave you kind of slanted on the ground, or on the table, I mean. So what that's going to be is you're going to have to take some books and stack them on each other. This is the free option. Stack some books and put your laptop on top of those books to kind of get you to the right height of the frame of your face when you're teaching your classes. Now, I use an actual laptop stand on my desk that is open on the bottom so that my laptop will stay cool as I'm teaching it, because I do use my laptop a lot when I'm teaching, and I don't want my computer to be overheated. And the stand that I use, it's about $20 on Amazon, $20, $30, you know, so it's not too much to spend on there. But if you have to do books, that's fine. I used books the first time, and somehow that was okay. That was fine. Number 5, so props. Now, I know when I first started with VIP Kid, props were a huge, huge thing. And I was at the Dollar Tree and I was grabbing all the flashcards, all the toys for rewards, and all sorts of stickers and everything else, and magic wands and bubbles. And like, when I spent like over $100 at Dollar Tree to like create my background and to buy those crappy lights at Walmart, and rewards because they had a reward system. Like, you're gonna thank me later. So props, it's just going to depend on the level of learners that you're at. If you're at younger learners, you know, you may need just a couple of things, but a lot of the time, like, usually if you don't have props or if everything's interactive online, then that's going to be your best bet, especially with Canva. And you've seen in a lot of my videos, I talk about Canva. I love Canva, and I have tutorials on Canva, and you can create a free Canva profile and be able to create your lesson slides and even interactive features on Canva to help out with your lessons. And the Pro is going to help you unlock more things. So, and I definitely recommend Pro. Pro is going to save your life for like copyrighted images, and you have more features to use, and you can do so much more with the Pro. So if you want to go Pro, that link is below. But of course, the free option is still available as well, just to start out with and just for you to play around on Canva to create your slides and all that jazz. So I definitely recommend not so much props unless you're doing like an art project, which then you may need to get those supplies so that you're ready to teach those things for the class. But again, it's just going to have to vary. And so don't worry about flashcards. Don't worry about rewards. You know, don't worry about those sort of things. So unless you're actually doing like a craft project or an art project or anything that would require you, you know, to buy supplies, you may need that so that way you can demonstrate that to your learners. However, I've been able to transfer a lot of my stuff that I teach to slides that I'm able to do interactively with learners. So that is your free option there. Definitely go with the free option with that. Save some money. Don't buy all these little frog rewards like I did when I did VIP Kid. Don't do it. So I also have a bonus tip, and that is going to be a webcam. Now, your free option for your webcam can be the one that's built into your computer. So you can always start out with that. It's going to be okay if you do. However, you know, for some cameras, depending on the model of your laptop, can come out really grainy. And maybe that's not like something you want to show off on Zoom or ClassPod. So then if you want to invest, there are really good webcams on Amazon, some for about $20, $30, that it's just simple to plug in to your computer, and it's a much better quality. The webcam that I use is HD quality, so you know it helps. It's less grainy, basically, because I have an older model of MacBook and the camera is just it's 2010s vibes, to put it nicely. So but you don't have to do the camera right away. Again, that is your preference on whether you just want to use your laptop camera or if you want to invest in a webcam. And some webcams can also go higher and higher, and then that's better quality. And again, it's a preference if you want to use that for teaching or if you're just content with the laptop camera. So I hope those tips are helpful to help you get a good idea on making a simple classroom setup, especially if you are signed up with ALLSCHOOL or OutSchool and you're like, I don't know what to do with the demo video. I don't know what kind of environment I should have. Should I get this? Should I get that? I hope my tips can help ease your mind to what you really need for your teaching space and your online teaching background. So if you have any other further questions or suggestions, please leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to talk with you about those things. And thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.